animal-related story.
Oh, I have so
Scary or
fun
interesting.
animal. And in the first rule of improv is don't edit the first thing that comes to mind. So some people know this, but one of the jobs I had, one of the coolest jobs I ever had, was being a singing park ranger for the Alberta government during my summers when I was studying architecture at McGill. It was the coolest job. What we did were we were the park interpreters of the park ranger service. So we actually did original 1-hour musicals, like infotainment, Bill Nye the Science Guy meets Sesame Street, with full costumes in the woods, in amphitheaters, for the campers of the campgrounds of the Kananaskis Country, the provincial park of Alberta. How wild is that job? I took people on guided hikes. I did horseback riding. I did mountain biking tours. I did guided hikes of the flora and fauna of the Kananaskis. The most cool job that you could have. I worked with biologists, park rangers. We did all the things, like mountain hikes, the whole deal. They had us at these barracks where we'd share all the cookhouse and the bungalows of the helitack crew. So we'd have fire crew coming by every once. We'd have the rangers, we'd have the park interpreters, and we'd have a big old cookout when we weren't working, and a campfire. Now, one of the species that lives in the foothills of the Rocky Mountains is, are you familiar with how rodents mate? Is anyone familiar with how rodents mate? Yeah, a little bit. You know about the corkscrew, yep, and the barbs?
Yep.
Okay, so rodents, for some reason, it's very easy to get inside the other rodent. It's very hard to remove yourself because most rodents, including raccoons, have corkscrew penises with barbs that keep them from pulling out. So we were drinking a little bit. No, that's just science. I'm not trying to get dirty at all. That's just the actual.
The female always gets screwed.
I know. Exactly. But also, like, the guy's trying to get out of there, and he's like, "What are all these barbs and the corkscrew?" So
I never thought about it from the guy's point of view.
So I shit you not. It was like 2 a.m. And we had a few drinks, obviously. We were sitting around the campfire. And we heard the cry of a dying child. We thought someone was being murdered out behind the camp houses. It was like, we were fucking terrified. Except one guy, our lead biologist. We're like, what is that? Raccoons fucking. And it was the whole, it was like, that's the whole process. He's trying to get out of there and a woman is screaming bloody murder. So that is my crazy, scariest, funniest, most educational animal story. So I'm sure you've heard cats fornicating before in the street. Yeah, that's wild. That's a wild train wreck too. But yeah, I've never heard a sound in nature more scary than the fornication of rodents. So I apologize, or you're welcome. You decide for yourselves, everybody.
I thought it would be a story about a pet meow.